But once you open up yourself, you feel this self-esteem and confidence and lightness. What is the best movement for your spine? To strengthen it and at the same time to keep it flexible and elastic. Hi there, I'm Zarina Delmar and welcome to my channel, Way We Move. So, if you're suffering from lower back pain, if your belly is sticking out and your face has already started to sink, the chances are that it's not about aging itself. It's about posture. And in this video, I will break down every detail about the posture and your beautiful spine. Who am I and why you should listen to me? I'm Zarina Manainkova, known in social media sphere as Zarina Delmar, and I have elaborated my own 3D movement method. I have learned a lot about kinesiology and biomechanics at Laban Burtaniev Institute of Movement Studies, and I have learned a lot through personal practices. My body is my lab. I have more than 4 million followers across the current social media platforms, and I have thousands of students, if I can call you students, of customers who have already tried my programs and who have already built up or started building up their best body, their best physique based on absolutely natural, accessible, multi-planar motions, engaging each of your joints and engaging first of all your nervous system and your brain. So I won't waste your time. You can Google my name, Zarina Manainkova, and find everything about me on Google or anywhere. So today we're going to talk about posture, how to eliminate back pain, how to work with your belly, and how to build up these trustful relations with your body, because I believe that your posture and your spine is not only about physicality, it's the way you feel yourself, it's the way you interact with third people, with surrounding, and if you want to be respected, you need to start respecting yourself. And this is only possible if you start moving your spine. We will go through it, and during today's video, we're gonna move together. So, good versus bad posture. We all remember from our childhood, keep your spine straight, upright position, so don't slouch, look forward, keep it straight. I remember, like, you've been sitting at your table, rounding your thoracic spine, and your mom or dad or granny or grandpa told you, keep it straight. And this kind of posture is the bad one, is unhealthy and unnatural. I know that many dancers, ballet dancers, that many military folks, they were taught to move like this. So, chest forward, chin forward, your shoulder blades are attached to each other, and you're walking thinking that this is your confidence, this is your best posture, like a wooden board is attached to your spine. This is bad posture. This is dead posture. So, in order to explain you very shortly, your spine is the most adaptable joint, the big joint that needs to be movable, that needs to be elastic. That is how you are keeping your upright position and you have this ability to move. In order to awaken your spine, you need to start connecting with each segment of your body, your neck, your thoracic spine, your lumbar spine, and the zone of your pelvis. So you're using different shoes, you're using different surfaces. While you're walking, you are having this nice amortization in each part of your spine. This is the best posture. So I remember this great phrase from Chinese philosophy: your best posture is your next posture. That means that you cannot freeze You cannot keep this ideal posture. It is upright position, but when you walk, you're walking like a snake. We're gonna break it down further, but please remember, straight spine is the dead spine. I know now on the fitness market, there are a lot of gadgets or instruments that help you to open up your chest. I even know that there is small, the size of my microphone. You put it between your shoulder blades, this small gadget, and it starts moving when you've been sitting a lot with rounded spine. That means that you need to open it up. Of course you need, but you don't need to keep it up opened. Because every time you sit or you walk, your spine moves in, out, in, out. That means that you are alive. So, what is good posture? From biology, we know that we came from those creatures that came from the water, reptiles. And nowadays, those reptiles are buying handbags or thinking about their dinner and are sitting a lot. You know what I mean. And if you look at the lizard or snake, you can see waves, wave emotions. And imagine that these waves are connected with our human spine. Or remember, you cannot remember, but the baby coming out of his or her mom is moving like a snake. In order to come out, you need to move like a snake. You need these wave emotions of your spine. And until 5 or 6 years old, we are being babies, are super flexible. And we can bend, we can extend, we can do a lot of things with our spine. Our spine is still flexible and elastic. With time, we are losing these main qualities of our spine. Spine becomes rigid. It freezes in the way in the form in which we put our body on everyday basis. If you're sitting a lot, you have rounded T-spine. If you're a military man and you're standing a lot, you have this straight spine, like a stick inside yourself. So if you're a dancer, if you're a lawyer, it doesn't matter. It depends on the circumstances you put your spine. Our body is super adaptable. And believe it or not, when you walk, I'm learning gait biomechanics on everyday basis, and it has nothing in common with everything that have been written about running, about gait biomechanics, because usually even running specialists, they pay attention to the foot, they pay attention to the legs, to the this way you're using your glutes, but no one talks about the pelvis, about the spine, that each step you do, you are waving with your spine, but in less range of motion. That means that in order to walk, you need to be a snake. And now, how does posture affect your appearance? If you're 40 plus, if you have had delivered babies, you know, girl, that you're fighting with this belly sticking out. No matter what you do, dieting, going to the gym, lifting heavy weights, it doesn't help. Your belly, protruding belly, is your posture. Everything happening with your knees or your lower back, any pain, any stiffness, is your posture. Your sagging face, it's your posture. Your jaw is connected with all the cavities inside your body. Your jaw is connected with your neck, with your diaphragm, breathing diaphragm, with your pelvic floor muscles, even with the arches of your foot. Yes, so you cannot fix your face without engaging your spine if we are speaking about long-term results. So your appearance is the way you treat your spine. Let's talk about headaches. There is opening in the place where your head is connected to your spine, and there are a lot of blood vessels. When you slouch, when you're keeping your head down and your shoulders inverted and your T-spine rounded, what is happening? Instead of this nice blood circulation, your brain receives, so you are compromising your blood vessels, you are compressing your blood vessels, and instead of nice bloodstream, your brain receives only thick stream. So instead of this nice bloodstream, your brain receives only thin stream. I can give you very easy motion and you can help yourself. Once you find yourself sitting a lot with your head down, what you need to do, you remember the first part of my video, your best posture is your next posture. So think about the way you've been sitting and now put your chin a little bit up. But do not overextend your neck. It will be difficult because overextension means that you have nice mobility around your neck. But if you have problems, most probably you don't have enough mobility. So please control the range of motion. So you've been sitting a lot, you're putting your chin up, you're opening up your chest. I will give you a nice advice. In order to open up your chest, you don't need to push your shoulder blades. Everything you need is just to move your shoulders, your shoulder joint away, like outwards, and move your chin a little bit up. Nice. For several seconds, you're keeping this position with your shoulder blades going down. And then you're relaxing everything and going down with your shoulders, with your neck, with your head, and you feel the weight of your head. And again, you start with your chin, you move it a little bit forward and up, and you're pushing your shoulder blades down and opening up your chest with the movement in your shoulder joints. And you repeat this nice motion for 1 minute. I need you to do it very smoothly. Please remember, do not overextend, just a little bit. To feel this nice distance between the center of your chest, your chin, and then close it. Increase it. Close it. It's all about the points you're moving. It's all about your attention to the essence of the movement. That's how you will beat your headaches. You will increase the bloodstream and you will get 100% concentration. And now, the most important aspect of posture for me, how posture changes your life. I'm from Kazakhstan, former USSR country, and I remember this moment in the history and this term as Soviet posture pattern. So in 1970s, a lot of immigrants, they moved from USSR, they were allowed to move, they were allowed to leave the USSR to America, to United States. They moved to United States, and what the local doctors have noticed this posture. So they were asking about medical advice. So this posture, when your shoulders are inverted and your shoulder blades are going up and your T-spine is rounded, that is called the Soviet tension. So this is the position when you protect yourself from something happening outside with what you are not happy. And this posture becomes your everyday pattern. So the doctors, they helped those immigrants, they put them on the ball, they asked them to open up the chest. But your posture has two aspects, the physiological and the psychological. The physiological, when you compress too much your chest, when you are putting your shoulder blades up, you are creating too much tension around your neck, so the bloodstream compresses, so you're compressing the blood vessels, and there is no enough blood and oxygen going around your head. And that's why when you're opening up your chest, when you're making your spine movable, you feel it here in your brain, 100% concentration and this feeling of lightness and understanding of what is happening around. And speaking about the psychological part, when you are always protected from something with your body, with your physicality, you start thinking in the same way. You start thinking that you can deal with this job that you haven't wished about, that you can still live with this partner whom you maybe don't love, that you can bear a lot just staying in this closed position. But once you open up yourself, you feel this self-esteem and confidence and lightness and the ability to do everything you can do, because you start getting this inner support from your body, from your spine. So please, if you're gonna try any of my programs and you're gonna feel any improvements in your spine, leave the comment how your life has changed, how the way the third parties, the third people interact with you has changed. Believe me, it will change. I remember I've been working in oil and gas company, being a lawyer, but I look young, and at that time I was 25 years old, meaning that at 25 I looked like I was 15. I went for a meeting with big guys from oil and gas companies, looking like 15 years old lady. What helped me to step into this room, to step into the meeting room and tell them, you're wrong, you're right, I have found these risks, I have found those risks. So my posture, I realized that the only thing I can do is to walk with 100% confidence, relaxed. So you remember, this posture, it's not about confidence, it's about tension. I just came super relaxed, I sat down and I just put every facts in front of their faces. That's it. You are super relaxed. That means that you're super confident. And super relaxed spine means that you try to get connected to it. So we may start with moving our T-spine, left, right, and try to relax our shoulders and our arms, and try to feel nice grounding from our feet. And then we stop moving our T-spine and we start moving our hips, our pelvis. You see this nice vibration that goes up and down. And now let's try to combine our T-spine and our pelvis. So try to find this inner rhythm, and your movements, your shifts from left to side can be very little, but you need to feel this nice connection between your lower body and your upper body. If you think that your spine is just the upper body and you train it irrespective of the lower body, you are wrong, because your T-spine, your diaphragm, your breathing muscles are connected with your pelvic floor, and your pelvis is absolutely controls the way you may train your legs. That's why I am against this isolation. When I train my lower body, I engage my spine. You know, these great movements taken from the gait biomechanics, when you're moving your pelvis and you're using your arms and you're extending your glutes through the arm line and through the spine line. So every moment you think that you can isolate your spine and then isolate your legs and glutes from your spine, you're wrong. We need to come back to our roots. We need to train our body in the way that it was created. It has been created, and we need to treat it as an alive creature, not a column, not a rigid column, and not just a combination of different muscle groups. I've been talking a lot. Now it's time to ask me, what is the best movement for your spine to strengthen it and at the same time to keep it flexible and elastic? This is spinal wave. So in order to start doing the spinal waves with fluidity, you need to stand. It's better to visualize that you have the wall in front of you and the wall behind you. And you start pointing out your anterior part of your body and your posterior part of the body. There could be as many points as you wish. For example, I have the wall in front of me and I am trying to reach the wall with my forehead, with my nose, with my chin, with different parts of my neck, and with different parts of my chest and my belly and my pelvis and the anterior line of my hips and my knees. Great. Then the same I'm trying to do with the wall behind me. I am trying to reach with different parts of my body. It may look awkward, it may look weird, but only in this way you're gonna be able to start moving like a snake. You really need it. And if you think that it's only about stretching or mobility and it's not strength, you can strengthen yourself. How? You go to plank position. You're standing in plank position. I hope you can do a very good plank position. And you start doing the same. You have the surface which can respond, and you're trying to reach with different parts of your body. And then you're gonna do these waves just standing in your plank position. If it's difficult for you, so quadruped position, again, you can start doing waves. So you're standing on the floor and you're trying to reach the floor with different parts of your body, and then you're combining every point and start doing waves. They may look weird, but this is the only way to stay connected with your spine and to bring more mobility and elasticity in your spine. You can do these waves in different positions. Side plank position, nice. Nice. So, just sitting on your chair, nice, at your table. You're sitting a lot at your computer. Even if you now cannot connect, remember that you can use your T-spine and go down and up with your T-spine. And then, in order to move your lower back, you need to tuck in and tuck out your tailbone, move your pelvis. So the main structures of your body shall stay movable. My 3D movement method keeps you alive. It brings more proprioception, the feeling of the edges of your body, the feeling, the way you interact with the surrounding, the feeling you put into each movement, even the most basic ones like squats, push-ups, pull-ups, deadlifts, no matter. It is about the quality. It is always about the quality of movement. And the only way to bring more quality is to start working on your posture. If you're watching this video before I have already started my online course 3D posture, you can join it using the link under the video. And if you're watching this video when my 3D posture bootcamp is already over, remember, you can try my signature programs, 3D Woman and 3D Man, link under this video, and you can start moving on everyday basis. Moving, not exercising, not working out, nourishing your body. I hope we're gonna stay together and you're gonna wait my next video. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and leave any comment you wish or any question you wish.